So I get a lot of questions from folks looking to move to Bozeman, to retire in Bozeman, or spend their retirement years here. And the biggest questions I get are about what the winters are really like, what the healthcare system is all about here in Bozeman, and what 55 plus communities there are versus what the best areas are to live in. So today we're going to jump right in and cover all of those things and more about retiring here in and around Bozeman, Montana. Hey there, my name is Hallie with Life in Bozeman, Montana. This channel is all about living in and around Bozeman, Montana, moving here, retiring here, you name it. Bozeman is situated between the Tobacco Root, Gallatin, Madison, and Bridger mountain ranges. Bozeman is a beautiful Montana town, home of Montana State University, a vibrant tech industry, and a lifestyle focused very much on the outdoors. There is also a growing community of retirees, whether they've been here for a long time or they've moved here. Oftentimes they come here to experience the vibrant outdoor lifestyle. Maybe it's the small town life and that community vibe and all of the diverse options for food and entertainment. And of course, I can't fail to mention the walking trails that wind through town, all of the fishing opportunities nearby, and the beautiful golf courses with mountain views, as you can see behind me here. One thing that can be really important to consider is the location of where you'd like to be. It's important to keep in mind that this is a college town, so there's going to be different neighborhoods that tend to lend to different types of demographics. Now, just about anywhere in Bozeman, you're going to enjoy and be just fine. You're going to be close to the mountains and all of the things to do. But it might be important to keep in mind things like the university or what dining is really close by. How close is it as far as, walkability potentially? What does that look like for you and what your desires really are? Some neighborhoods also do tend to have more rentals, for instance. So just some of those little micro community type things are going to be really important to keep in mind when looking at various neighborhoods. One other piece of that might be what type of home you might be looking for. Are you looking for a condo where it's turnkey to a point where the snow removal and lawns are taken care of? You don't have to worry about doing that sort of routine maintenance on your own. And perhaps that even gives you the opportunity to snowbird and head south when things get snowy up here. Or maybe you're looking for more of a single family home type of community where you've got a little bit more space. Maybe you've got a little tiny bit of acreage, so you've got some great mountain views, but that does require you to do a little bit more of that maintenance yourself, but offers you that much more independence. Or maybe you just want to live in a golf course and be able to head out and golf whenever you want. Bozeman has something to offer for just about anyone. So with all of that, let's take a look at the locations on the map here on Google Maps. Take a look at some of the different communities that we're going to focus on here. Some of those being specified or designated 55 plus communities in Bozeman, including the Knolls at Hillcrest and Greenhouse Village. Those are more catered to service and less maintenance. And as Bozeman continues to grow, there are more and more options, of course, being developed and built. There are also other communities that are not specific to the 55 plus community that are popular for retirees, like the Village Downtown, Legends at Bridger Creek, and of course the Black Bull Golf community. So let's take a look at where each of these is located and learn a little bit more. First and foremost, we're going to zoom in here right downtown and take a look at the Village Downtown. As you can see, we've got Main Street running right through here, and a lot of the amazing dining and shopping options are right here along Main Street, jam for breakfast and lots of coffee shops and different cafes. So the Village Downtown is mostly made up of luxury homes in the historic downtown district. Very close right here, as you can see, to Lindley Park. If we scroll out just a little bit, you can see Pete's Hill and Burke Park right along here. We've got the Bozeman Public Library practically across the road. Just so you can see, the Village Downtown is this general area right here. Development began in 2002 for the Village Downtown, and it's now a well-established community. Common areas are taken care of. If we zoom in here a little bit more, you can see some of the little courtyard areas and spaces. Each of these condo buildings right here specifically has a little courtyard right in the middle. Landscaping, of course, garbage removal, snow removal, it's all taken care of. And then, of course, there are the lofts and condos here versus the townhomes that are located right down here. The townhomes have varying floor plans at over 3,000 square feet with a garage and a private courtyard, whereas the lofts and condos are smaller and have 1, 2, or 3 bedroom options with secure parking and maintenance-free living. There are 6 currently available properties in the village downtown, ranging from $699,000 up to $2.2 million, and there have been 5 sold in the last 6 months, including condos and townhomes, ranging from about $838,000 up to $1.3 million. So let's take a look at least one currently available listing. So as you can see right here, we've got a few different options showing up right here in the village downtown. So let's take a quick peek at one of these condos, which I think are absolutely beautiful, and they have stunning views, as you can see, especially on the upper floors. So if we look through some photos here, you can get a much better feel for the buildings themselves, and you can get a feel for what the interiors are like. This one is maybe a little bit in need of some updates, which is probably why it's on the lower price point end of things. As you can see, it is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,185 square foot condo right there near downtown. And then coming back to the map here, just to get a little bit of a contrast, let's take a look at this townhome that's also for sale. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 3,468 square feet, currently listed at almost $1.9 million. And we can take a look here. You can see it's a much different feel, more of a single family home type of a feeling to it here. Very spacious, really nice kitchen there. And so you can get a feel for really easy, maintenance free living that's all taken care of for you in these townhomes. Returning to Google Maps here a little bit, just to take a look at the next location. It is still close to downtown, but further on the south side in a highly desirable area. Now, this one is called Greenhouse Village. There are 10 55 and older condos. So this is a designated 55 plus community. There's only one property that is sold in here in the last 6 months, and that sold price was right around $1.5 million. So as you can see here, it's very close to the Galligator or the linear trail that takes you right back up here towards the downtown area and Lindley Park and the library right there. So these are really lovely condos where, again, lock and leave, very easy maintenance free living here as well. These are not on the market often, but the homes are beautiful with open floor plans and gorgeous architecture. Now, just to get a feel for what these look like on the inside, we can take a look at this recently sold listing. You can get a much better feel here. Relatively modern style, very Montana feel. Obviously a 2-story option here. This one was a 2-bed, 3-bath, 2,300 square foot, and was only on the market for less than 3 weeks before it got scooped up. So this is a really beautiful option there in South Bozeman, which is highly desirable by a lot of folks who live here, who have lived here a long time, as well as those who are new to the area. So looking again at downtown here, the next property we're going to take a look at is called 5 West. It is right downtown and makes for a very convenient, very similar to the village. This is going to be more of a building that's right there about a block or 2 off of Main Street. So right here, as you can see, just off of Main Street, this building right here is called 5 West. Right there in the heart of downtown, it's a beautiful mixed-use space with residential and commercial suites. There are studios, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom options that are available with on-site parking, elevators, and an outdoor courtyard. And this location, really, I cannot say enough good things about it. Right there, 1 block off Main, with all the dining, shopping, and events right there. I believe even right downstairs in that building, there are some dining options as well. In the 5 West building, 2 units have sold in the last 6 months between $649,000 up to $685,000, and there is 1 condo currently available listed at $2.7 million. Now, obviously, this is one of the higher end options in this building, or this particular property. So let's take a quick look here. It is a 3-bed, 3-bath with 1 partial bath. This building was built in 2017, as you can see here, and it's a really lovely spot. Like I said, very high end, really close to downtown, and a really nice option as far as convenience goes. You don't have a yard per se, but you're going to have everything else taken care of and have all of those things right there at your fingertips downtown. And you can see the views from up high there are particularly good as well. So I can see why this one is listed at a much higher price. A lot of those others that have sold recently were either studios or one bedrooms. That is another part of the big price discrepancy there as well. One more community that is nearer downtown that we're going to take a look at today is called the Knolls at Hillcrest. Now this is going to be much closer to that south side area. It's also very close to the hospital and actually somewhat affiliated with the hospital here, Bozeman Health. This one is a 55 and older community with contemporary homes that sit on the hillside on the east and south side of town right near Bozeman Health, the hospital. They were designed for easy living with retirement in mind. There are footpaths that lead to the healthcare facilities nearby, as well as easy access to hiking and biking trails and parks. The Knolls Hospitality House also offers a gathering space to socialize, utilize the conference room, and use the business center or entertain in the fully equipped kitchen or outdoor grill. And of course, right nearby is an independent living style retirement facility called Aspen Point. So the Knolls are right here, and of course you've got the trails all around here, and the Bozeman Health Senior Living, which is called Hillcrest or Aspen Point, is also right here nearby. And the views right here are absolutely phenomenal. So at the Knolls at Hillcrest, there are no currently available listings, but there are 4 that did sell in the last 6 months, ranging from $962,000 up to $1.25 million. Now we can take a look at one of the recently sold listings. It sold for asking price, it looks like, was likely not on the market long. Yep, it looks like it was only on the market for about 6 days before this went under contract. And it was a 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,436 square foot home. These function as if they are single family, which is one of the beautiful things about this community. You can see the lovely views there. That's the M peeking out right over here to the north. And they're absolutely beautiful, but everything is taken care of for you. So it's all part of the community and the services that are included by living here. So you can see really beautiful home, very simple, but modern and absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful home, really lovely kitchen, easy living. Next, we can head over to the west side of Bozeman, the Cottonwood condos, which are way over here, still not far off of Main Street, but definitely about 5 to 10 minute drive to downtown. That's going to be really close to the market area and everything that offers with dining and whatnot. And then of course you've got the Ridge Athletic Club right over here as well. So let's zoom in a little bit more to these condos. So as you can see, this is a little bit more of a significant condo development here. Again, very close to the market and everything there. We zoom in, you can see they kind of meander around in this area, very close to lots of other businesses and services. So let's take a look and see what's currently available. There are 3 that have been on the market for a minute here, and those are all under contract currently, and 1 actually available property at $650,000. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, and these were built in 2006. So, you know, some of them are probably in need of some updates at some point, but still in pretty good condition and pretty well sought after. As you can see, those other 3 that were for sale are already under contract. There's a 2-bed, 2-bath under contract at $550 list price, as well as another 3-bed, 2-bath at $659, and it was only available for 8 days before it went under contract, maybe less. Of course, these condos also have some lovely walking trails and parks nearby, so it's easy to get around even if you don't want to drive, or if you want to go to the Ridge Athletic Club for some swimming or the gym, anything like that. It's all fairly close by and easy to get to. And in those Cottonwood condos, 4 sold in the last 6 months between $575,000 and $710,000. 4 that have been on the market, 3 of those are under contract, 1 currently available at $650,000. So the last 2 locations we're going to look at are not, specific 55 plus communities, and they're not condos either, which is nice because I know a lot of people or some retired folks don't necessarily want that condo living, that turnkey living. They want a little bit more space, or maybe they want a view, and maybe they want to be close to the golf courses here. So we're going to take a look at 2 golf communities, Black Bull and the Legends at Bridger Creek. The big difference that I would point out between these 2 is right off of Bridger Creek Golf Course, which is a public course over on the north side of town. So if we head north on Rouse and head towards Bridger Canyon Drive, which is right out there, we're going to go right over here to Bridger Creek Golf Course. And the Legends at Bridger Creek is this neighborhood right in here. So if you're thinking about golf days in the summer and ski days in the winter, this is absolutely an area you'll want to consider. It's located in the foothills at the south of Bridger Canyon. As I mentioned, this is Bridger Drive that takes you up towards Bridger Bowl if you were to continue going out that direction. So it's a really nice spot on that end of town, makes it really easy to head up to the ski hill. And there's trails, parks, playgrounds, and community open space here as well. And there's another big park right across the road here from everything called Story Mill Park, which you can see right over here, not far away. The home designs and home sites are made for community living as well. So that can often appeal to folks who are looking to retire in the area. Now, 2 single family homes sold in the last 6 months at about $1.5 million each, and there is 1 townhome currently available. All right, taking a look at the townhome that is currently available. These were built in 2006. This is a 2-bed, 1-bath, 1,038 square foot townhome. Very rustic Montana style here, a little bit dated perhaps in the kitchen in particular, but this is very typical for what you're going to find in a lot of these. And then again, the single family homes, some of them are absolutely beautiful and massive, as I'm sure you can see. The last community we're going to touch on here, of course, is Black Bull. So here we are centered on Bozeman again. We're going to go out to the west one more time here. And as you can see, there is another golf course right out here. This is called Black Bull Golf Community. And there are some absolutely stunning homes in this neighborhood. There are both condos and single family homes surrounding this golf course. And this one is a private golf community. This is a private course, so you do have to become a member. The homes, whether they're condos or single family, have a high-end rustic style with snow removal and lawn care included in the condos. The club also features tennis courts, a fitness center, a pool, a clubhouse, and a 19-hole golf course, as you can see. There are 12 properties currently available in the Black Bull Golf Community, from $420,000 up to $1.2 million for a condo, and between $1.9 million and $4.2 million for a single family home. In addition to that, 14 properties have sold in the last 6 months. So if we take a look here, some of these you're going to see on the map in this instance are pending, but let's take a look at a condo for sale right over here. This map is also including land for sale. So these lots are listed right around a half an acre for about $500,000 or a little bit less. But let's take a look at one of the condos. This one in particular is listed at $1.2 million. You can see the golf course right out the window there. This is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,673 square foot home with some absolutely beautiful surroundings and a really lovely modern setup. As you can see, this is right out the back patio. And this is a little bit more of a view of the overall area as well. And this right here is, these are some images of the clubhouse itself. So you can see the pool, the gym, all of the amenities included in being a part of that golf course. Let's also take a look at one of the single family homes that are currently available. This one in particular was built just in 2022. You can see some spectacular views there. This is listed at 3.1, a 4-bed, 3-bath, 3,600 square foot home. So we're talking about fully custom homes here on the golf course. Again, looking right out there at the golf course amenities. Really beautiful home here as well. Now, of course, I am going to do an additional video, a part 2 of retiring in Bozeman, if you will. That's going to be coming out in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for that. We're going to be taking a look at some neighborhoods that really appeal to retired folks, but aren't necessarily 55 plus communities, and they're not on the golf course either. These might be new builds or some neighborhoods out a little ways where you've got the views and maybe a little bit more land. So we'll be taking a look at some additional options as well. Now, I've mentioned winter a little bit, and that is definitely something that is important for anyone to keep in mind who is considering moving here, but especially people in their retirement years who might not want to deal with that, the cold, the snow, and everything that comes along with it. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm not going to say that winters are easy here. But they're not always awful either. Sometimes they're more mild. We had a really mild winter just a couple years ago, and then last year we saw a lot of snow, but it didn't get as cold. So it really varies from year to year. The average snowfall here in the Bozeman area is about 86 inches per year. Now, of course, in the mountains, it's going to be much, much higher than that. The coldest month of January had an average high temperature of 34 degrees and an average low of about 14. Bozeman often has at least one cold snap each winter as well, where temperatures plummet to, below zero, often sometimes as low as -20 or colder, especially with that wind chill. But that typically only lasts a few days, and you can usually prepare for it pretty easily. They can usually see it coming and predict that for us, so you can kind of, ready yourself, ready your home, whatever you may need to do. Winters can also be quite long, so they truly last from about early November to sometime in April. Obviously with the harshest months being December through February or so, a little bit into March at times, we will still see quite a bit of snowfall. Now, if you can, finding an outdoor winter activity to enjoy and embrace that winter weather can be incredibly beneficial. Oftentimes, folks are moving here for exactly that reason anyway, to be able to get out and enjoy the outdoors. And winter is no exception to that. Downhill skiing, snowboarding, cross-country skiing, ice fishing, ice climbing, snowshoeing. There is so much going on around Bozeman. People do not tend to stay inside. They get outdoors, they bundle up, and absolutely enjoy the snow and cold weather. But it is really important that you get comfortable navigating those winter conditions, especially on the roads and snow removal. It can be difficult, so if you're thinking you might prefer a place that does the snow removal for you, that sort of thing can definitely be found. Bozeman doesn't just tend to see a ton of snow in winter either. There's going to be a lot of really beautiful bluebird, sunshiny days with fresh snow on the ground. Makes for absolutely incredible views. And our drier climate overall can make those cold temperatures not feel quite so bad. Another question I get often is about healthcare in Bozeman. Bozeman Health offers high quality care for Bozeman and the surrounding areas. There's a cancer center, surgical lab, radiology, rehabilitation services, cardiac and pulmonary care, and more. There are more and more additional branches and clinics all over the valley too, including the urgent care in Belgrade, as well as Cottonwood Center on the west side of town. And even more recently, Billings Clinic has a brand new facility in Bozeman offering even more healthcare providers, from primary care to orthopedics, neurology, surgery, and more. They also have plans to continue expanding and will offer access to Mayo Clinic specialists through partnerships. Another question I often get is, why are real estate prices so high in the Bozeman area, especially when compared to other areas of Montana? With a perfect balance of outdoor recreation, restaurants, amenities, and an amazing community, Bozeman is truly one of a kind. The town maintains its energy with the college and all of that outdoor opportunity, but caters to people in all phases of life. The quality of life in Bozeman is high, which has also driven up demand and desirability, driving those real estate prices higher than many other parts of the state. Now, of course, something I touch on in a lot of my other videos on this channel is that Bozeman isn't the only town or community in the area worth looking at. Just 10 miles down the interstate is Belgrade, which is also lovely and growing and tends to be less expensive than Bozeman, particularly for housing, and is also closer to the airport. Many other retirees also enjoy Gallatin Gateway south of Bozeman, with proximity to the Gallatin River and an easier drive for those who want to ski the resort in Big Sky. Livingston is also a lovely town just 30 minutes from Bozeman, with lower housing prices and the Yellowstone River running through town and south through the beautiful Paradise Valley. And of course, Manhattan and Three Forks are just down the highway from Bozeman, just past Belgrade, in the other direction, offering more acreage for less than Bozeman and stunning views as well. And of course, what is there to do in Bozeman and the surrounding area? Well, if you like the outdoors, I've already touched on many options, from golf to fishing, skiing, hiking, and more. But if you like the arts and music, Bozeman also has that. The Bozeman Symphony and small theaters right downtown, art galleries with the summer art walks, annual car show on Main, and farmers markets with local artisans, as well as the Elm for local events and musicians, and all of the downtown festivities. There's almost always something going on. And of course, if you prefer to enjoy watching wildlife and a bit more quiet, just outside of town or a bit further from downtown, you can see deer, birds, the occasional bear, and other wildlife out on the trails. So with all of that, if you're curious to learn more about Bozeman or Belgrade, be sure to check out my videos about each. Lots of information there, and I'm updating it all the time. In fact, I plan on doing a Retiring in Bozeman Part 2 video in the coming weeks, where I'll be featuring more neighborhoods with a little bit more space, a little bit more acreage, and some amazing views. And as always, if you want to watch more right now, this is a playlist all about living in and around Bozeman, with everything from neighborhood vlog tours to pros and cons videos and more. And until next time, I hope to show you around town.